everybody, and welcome to episode 85 of Red Wings Rant, where tirades and impassioned pleas about your Detroit Red Wings now have a home. That's right, Red Wings Rant, brought to you by us, the Brothers of Discussion, and the Hockey Podcast Network, which you can find at HockeyPodNet on Twitter and the HockeyPodcastNetwork.com. Online, you can find links to all of these wonderful shows associated with the Hockey Podcast Network. Yeah, that's fun. All right, Mike. Where are we? We're at BOD Hockey. You can also find us doing some wrestling takes, even though, Mike, this is the first time in 3 years, right? 3 years that we took a break from the wrestling podcast. It wasn't planned. It just happened. But you can find that podcast at BOD Podcast on Twitter, and we're also just known as the Brothers of Discussion. Mike, I gotta ask, how does the old audio sound for me? Because I just realized I forgot to set my microphone back to my Yeti. It looks like it's working. All right, never mind.
The sound is coming in beautifully. Yes,
cool.
We did take a week off of wrestling, but we did get to hang out with some of the group members from our Facebook group who've become real friends outside of the show, and we got to host a nice little event. Chit chat, talk wrestling, watch the weekly offering of AEW and NXT, and it was a great time had by all. So hopefully we can do that again, and
on this show
get some more people on there too. Yeah.
I think ultimately what we saw was a success in regards to the first experiment of is there something to do while you're watching these shows, especially while we're in lockdown. So that was the bonus, is now we know we can keep doing these and watch wrestling, watch hockey with some of the fans out there. All right, Mike, what are we talking today? We've got Niederbach on the list. We're going to keep going through our Rochester Mills 12 Days of Christmas stack of beers. We are on beer number 3. We're going to keep, Mike, I know I'm going to it's my fault, everybody. We're going to keep comparing the NHL and the NBA. It'll be a second straight week after the NBA knocks it out of the park by announcing their preseason. We're going to play Be the GM, and we've got a Who's That Pokemon again. So our fun games are returning. But, Mike, let's wrap. Oh, no, we got one more thing. Everybody, as always, I have to say it. You have to go check out bodpodcastcom. Here's that quick share. Let me make this a little bit smaller so everybody can actually stomach it. All right, bodpodcast.com. Go to Red Wings Rant. You can see all of our cool stuff on here. We've got our links to the YouTube page, and the most recent uploads to the YouTube page not only include our full episodes of Red Wings Rant. We've got our little snippets as well that focus on some of the smaller show segments. So we are working right now to put together all those videos on the beer tastings. But I'm also posting my goofy NHL 21 franchise. So you guys can go check that out. I did review the PlayStation 5's version of NHL 21, which is just the PS4 version being played on the PlayStation 5. Mike, I found out, Mike, you know who worked on my TV. One
of the great electronic minds of our time.
So I found out that it was set up incorrectly. And I just did like a reset to some defaults, and now the colors are brighter and the blacks are blacker. It looks beautiful now. So I reset, and now it does look beautiful. So I think if you're looking for the quick review, that's basically the difference. It's more of a vibrant looking gameplay, but overall the gameplay is still the same. But there are some intricacies I think you guys want to check out. So you could just head on over to YouTube and check out the video review, or you can go on over to our blog, bodpodcast.com, check everything out there. But we also have our wonderful shop. Got a quick shout out to that.
Let's get those heathered sweatshirts up there. Where are they?
Yeah, here's the Red Wings Rant pullover hoodie. This is my favorite thing. I cleaned it last night and forgot to throw it in the dryer. So I was going to wear it for the episode today, and good old Matt screwed up. So that's at bodpodcast.com, and that's click the shop button on the homepage, or you can find it through the Red Wings Rant homepage as well. But all the fun stuff there. So if you're a Brothers of Discussion fan, there's links there for T-shirts specifically about the Brothers of Discussion, but also this very podcast. And Mike, we hope to come out, especially as we get closer to Christmas, with some T-shirts that just have some fun little nips from the show. Like maybe we're gonna come out. Maybe there's a Who's That Pokemon.
That Jeff Blashill shirt. Yeah, I'd be all over that.
Exactly. So we're gonna see what we can put together there, because we're gonna have to get creative with the art side of things, because we can't necessarily say Pokemon. We definitely can't just put Jeff Blashill's face on a T-shirt, but I've got some ideas in the works. So,
all right, we'll need some artist renditions, which makes it sound like he's been accused of a crime. But speaking of crimes, Matt, we got some news for Red Wing prospects, some real hockey news, kind of. Matt, it's all about our boy Niederbach. Are we going with Theodor or Theodor on this one?
We bounce back and forth. Let's say Theodor this time.
All right. Matt,
everybody,
he got
us up in the chat if you want us to say Theodor or Theodor, because
which pronunciation makes you really grind your molars? Because we'll go with that one. But there's an update over there, Matt. He gets to play with Wunderkind himself, Mr. Lucas Raymond. Matt, numbers, he's not quite flourishing yet. What's kind of the philosophy here? What's going on?
Ooh, I'll see if I can rack my brain to think of this number. Let's see. Niederbach's at 0 points through 9 games.
He's saving him. He's saving him up for when he's in the NHL.
Right. So that's where the question comes into play. And I like the. I mean, there is like some craziness, and so we always bring up the conspiracy theories. I've been compared to. It made me sad, but somebody called me the Alex Jones of the NHL, and I'm not thrilled about that. But I guess when I say this, I'm going to understand where it's coming from, or you're all going to know where this came from. I mean, Niederbach, by no means am I saying is he a bad prospect, but I guess we're trying to figure out how did he get to the second line, because the Mersack line was resulting in Lucas Raymond being the second guy on the team in regards to goals. So, I mean, there was some success there. I don't know if they're thinking this is going to push Niederbach into getting more production by playing with, as you put it, the Wunderkind, Lucas Raymond, or Mike, this is where the conspiracy theories get involved. Is GM Steve Yzerman involved in the conversation to get Niederbach to play with Lucas Raymond? Is there something to that? Because he, again, the 0 points in 9 games doesn't really beg for a line promotion. No. And we know he's talented, because in J20, he's killing it. It's just when he came up, he was even a healthy scratch, because you and I were keeping track of what was going on with Niederbach. Let's not pretend that he got called up to the SHL and he was, breaking down walls and shooting to the moon. He was a healthy scratch every now and then. And
yeah, I don't know if you're recently listening to Chris Jericho's old WWE theme, but it definitely feels like it's wormed its way into your vernacular over there, Matt. Break the walls down. I don't think this isn't quite as tinfoil hatty as tinfoil hatty Matty, as we call him. As some of your prognostications and claims. I think there's real merit to Steve making a phone call and being like, hey, we don't want Lucas getting too big for his britches, all right? We want him to know what it's like to be a Red Wing prospect, all right? You're not surrounded by razzle dazzle, all right? Sometimes there's going to be, some run-of-the-mill guys who are just there to ice a minor league team, if you know what I mean.
It's ice a team.
So, I, in all honesty, it's probably, they want 2 buddies who are going to be, however briefly, Griffins together, because Lucas, I can't imagine he's going to be long for that minor league life. Try and see if there's a little chemistry there, and if Lucas is riding high, see if Niederbach can kind of ride those coattails and maybe get on the stat sheet for once. So I don't think you're off base there, man. I think you're right on line.
All right, so I don't have to. Oof, boy. I can hold off, and everybody calling me the Alex Jones in the NHL. I don't have to quite change everything I've ever done in regards to my thought process in hockey and the Detroit Red Wings, because it seems like there's something there, right? So, I'm going to start singing a song from Beauty and the Beast.
I mean, we're not
Something
going to
there that
stop.
wasn't there before.
We're not going to stop calling you tinfoil Hattie Matty. I really like that one.
I'm going to have to make that. That's going to be my week on Photoshop, is trying to make my head just like I'm smiling. I got a tinfoil hat on.
Right.
Matt's this week's conspiracy theory with tinfoil Hattie Matty.
I'm trying to, because it's almost like the Facebook, like it's too long. It's like what I want to do is just call you tinfoil Mahat, and we'll just spell it MHATT.
Well, we are known for our super long hashtags.
Yeah, we are. Tinfoil Mahat. I don't know why. It also sounds like it's something in the Swedish league, Tinfoil Mahat. It's he's on the fourth line. He's a grinder. He's coming up.
We should start to get a following from the Swedish hockey league.
Let's request they follow us. Do a couple ads. So for Niederbach, I think we kind of get what they're doing, and hopefully it pans out a little bit here.
And this also goes to show, like, think about if the season was going, Mike. This would get mentioned for all of, I don't know, 2 minutes. We'd say, Niederbach played with Lucas Raymond, 17 minutes. Face-off percentage wasn't there. No goals for Lucas Raymond. That's another thing. He was second on the team in goals, so no goals when he was playing with Niederbach, and that would be it. But sign of the times, Mike. We're sitting here talking Niederbach, a Red Wings prospect getting a chance on the second line. It is exciting for him, but in all honesty, and the reason I bring that up is, it's probably time to move on because we've got some bigger fish to fry.
Well, I know what you're alluding to, Matt. It's the NBA preseason. How are they possibly going to get it together? Well, they're already done. Okay. Well, they've already mapped out the NBA Finals for 2021. Good Lord. They are ready to go on this season, Matt. They're going to do something brand new again, a condensed schedule, and they're going to have another play-in tournament because it worked so well last year. So they think they're going to be able to, control a little bit more of the bubble situation doing this. And, it took a little bit longer than we anticipated for the NBA to do it, right? Their season just ended, right? And, it almost took them almost a month here. So in the middle of a pandemic, unprecedented times, the NBA just squeaked by and has an entire NBA season plan. Surely the National Hockey League, with a 2-week advantage, has just really blown us away with their preparedness. Matt, what do they have in store for this coming season?
I'm going to have to go back to my Niederbach statistics to figure out how to... They correlate. There's a correlation between how many points Niederbach has gotten so far in the SHL and how close we are to seeing a preseason game in the NHL. Ooh. That's right. 0. We've gotten... We get rumors of the divisions being realigned. Like that seems like we should have less rumors right now and just announce it. Like, let's let us know that there's some inkling of decision-making going on. Because I honestly, I think we all know it's going to happen. There can't just be these ESPN articles from the likes of Wyshynski out on a week-to-week basis of what these divisions could look like. And then everybody else and their mother has their rumors of what it's going to be, and we still have nothing that says this is the direction we're headed in. I think at least give us that. Let us know that you're still looking at January 1st, and make us feel good. Besides hearing from other GMs and coaches that, the owners actually don't want to play, so that's kind of a hang up. Oh no! Oh really? Okay. Well, that's our latest news. But I mean, that's where it comes into play that we're talking Niederbach playing on the second line in the SHL, because granted, Mike, it is great news to see the Red Wings prospects getting these better opportunities. Right. But we're a Detroit Red Wings podcast. We want to talk actual games. We want to see the guys that are playing in Little Caesars Arena at least half the time. That's what we want to talk about. And I really don't have much confidence. Now it could be announced tomorrow, and I'm going to look like an ass while this episode goes live. But I mean, give us something. Hopefully, that's what it is. Like, hopefully tomorrow we get something. But Mike, you mentioned it. We had a couple extra weeks to get up on the NBA and have some plan that's out there. And I think if we're talking the NBA versus the NHL, the NBA just won again. I mean, right?
they did their finals. A couple weeks later, they did the draft lottery, and then the draft, and then free agency, and now training camp's going to open, and all these brand new rosters that have been together for maybe 8 days are going to just learn how to play with each other, and then start playing actual NBA regular season games that count towards your standings for the playoffs starting in Christmas.
How many playoff teams won top 3 pick?
That would be
not based off like trades or anything.
That would be 0.
Okay, just wanted to check in on that one.
Yeah. You are ineligible for the lottery if you are in the playoffs.
That's such a hard decision to come to, honestly.
Under a lot of turmoil and scrutiny, the NBA said, you know what? Let's stop buttering up these good teams. Let's give the bad teams a leg up. And, a lot of hemming and hawing, a lot of papers being pushed back and forth, a lot of settlement, legal teams. But, Matt, the NBA said, no, we're not doing it. It's madness. It's stupid. Why would we do that? It's just going to create a better product for us as a National Basketball Association if we share the wealth. We can't just have the good teams also get the top picks. It's bullshit. It's moronic. Why would we do that?
Well, parody and I can't even.
Is that your Batman? Parody. Just make him sound like Truman Capote. Parody. I want all my teams be the same. Not making any money or playing games. I don't know. It's obscure if you don't know a Capote. I'm sorry,
but you can't even improv a reason that was done because it still makes 0 sense. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if we're talking straight up hoops versus sticks. Hoops versus pucks. Yeah, sticks. Yeah, they won again. I mean, we just look silly right now. It stinks. But Mike, we can pivot into something that's maybe a little bit more fun.
Yeah.
We've got our Rochester Mills 12 Days of Christmas beer tasting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Now, when everybody watches this on ye old YouTube, they're gonna have some nice Christmas music in the background. But because StreamYard doesn't know how to put music onto their stupid thing, we're just gonna start drinking beer.
All right, here we go.
Let's crack these suckers open and I'll start reading off. Whoa, that was a big splash.
Yeah, mine too.
So we are proud to present first beer tasting on the network. You like that smell?
Oh man, that smells like Bath and Body Works cake soap. Oh my god.
We've decided to sample Rochester Mills 12 Days of Christmas beer package. We'll be tasting the beers for flavor to match the beer's name, drinkability, the packaging, and we're going to give you guys an overall score based on that, and it's weighted on drinkability. Rochester Mills, for anybody in the area knows them, but they're a Michigan brewery, famous in the state for its 12 Days of Christmas box set, released on an annual basis with some tinkering with the beer flavor every year. And today, Mike, what are we drinking?
Today we are drinking King Cake. Now, we're going to go into the label on this one because it could creep you out if you don't have any context, and I didn't. So, Matt, give us a little context why this there's a little wax naked baby on top of a piece of cake, it looks like. Why a red wax naked baby? Matt?
Well, it's supposed to represent new beginnings because the King Cake, even though we in the States are familiar with it in regards to Mardi Gras and I had it here as a pre-Lenten celebration. It was actually made famous for the Festival of Epiphany at the end of the Christmas season. Main ingredients being, and here's our cake. So the new beginnings there. There's the baby coming out of it. So that was baby. that was the original origin of this cake. Even though here in the States, again, like I said, we've mixed it into Mardi Gras and Carnival. Main ingredients on that cake, Mike: flour, eggs, butter, dried fruit, nuts, and candied fruit. So you're getting kind of like a fruit cake. Yeah. And Mike, crack this open. I mean, that's the first thing I smelled. It smells like a box of Trick cereal here in my office.
Yeah, we might have to add a new column for sniffs.
That's true.
Because that whiff when it came out was I'm really glad it smells good, because if it was like, one of those Birdie Bots every flavor beans and it was a fart, that my whole office would have been fart bean flavored. But this is wonderful.
We've smelled fart beer before.
We have.
There's some in that box right now. I have some worry that we're gonna get a fart smell when we crack that sucker open. All right. So, Mike, I was expecting something that tasted like Tricks. I'm not getting a ton of that. I'm just getting
like a lot of cinnamon,
some sweetness.
I got a lot of cinnamon in mine.
I'm getting a lot of coconut. A lot of coconut on this one. I don't know if that. I guess dried coconut is the thing. I'm not a huge fan of coconut. It's actually my least favorite flavor on
See if you
anything.
can kind of swirl it around and get that cinnamon that I'm getting, because I'm getting a lot of cinnamon. I'm not getting a lot of coconuts.
Yeah, I'm just getting coconut.
Oh wait, now the coconut's hitting me. I wish you hadn't said that. Yeah, cinnamon is probably on the bottom. You got to pour it back in. There you go.
That's why you get a sommelier for your restaurant. You come over and tell everybody what they're going to taste. They enjoy the wine a little bit more. You just need someone to tell you that something is going to have strawberry notes. They actually don't need to study to be a sommelier. Anyway, drinkability. Here's the thing. Drinkability might be the wrong way to put this, because it is easy to sip, but I'm not a huge fan of this flavor. Last week, go ahead.
The first sip was really good, but now I'm kind of like, do I need a third? Hold on.
Yeah, for context,
you know what I'll say that this beer, I think they're all pretty much the same alcohol content, right? There's like one outlier. Yeah, this one's a 5 too. I would say this one I don't want a full. I guess we're already let's start scoring these.
Yeah, I was gonna say, for context, you gave last week's Maple Stout an 8.1, and I gave it a 7.9. So we were right in the same realm there. I'm gonna have to say, since I like that one better than this one, this is gonna have to go, maybe I'm gonna say 6.8, because it is drinkable. It's just not. It's further away from the profile I'm hoping for in my beer. So I'm gonna say 6.8 on that one.
See, this one, I feel like the first sip was really good, but the more I drink it, it's almost like this is too much of this flavor. I'm gonna actually knock this one down to a 5.6, man. I'm sorry.
I like it. I like that we're getting critical here of these beers.
I loved a couple weeks ago, but that was like I could just drink it like water. Like it was that kind of smooth, and the flavor just made me want to finish the can.
Absolutely.
This is I think it would be better in a little. I know it's only 5%, but just like a little snifter, I think is all you need. Like a little, if you're putting up Christmas lights, you don't want to get hammered, because you're going to be up on a ladder, but you just want like a little half glass. I think that's the ideal situation for this beer.
What was that? What was that number again? 5.6.
5.6.
5.6. All right. So matching the flavor, Mike. When I read out, I got the ingredients for this because I thought I didn't really know how to start with grading a king cake. I definitely don't get a lot of cake. I told everybody I got a lot of coconut, and I was expecting more fruitiness, especially with the smell, that it just straight up smelled like Trick cereal when I cracked open the can. So flavor, not scent, but yeah, I think you're right. Maybe we do need to mix in some scent profiles here. I'm giving it a 5 because coconut is still a fruit, so there's some dried fruit. I hate coconut, so I'm guessing that maybe I just don't like this beer because I hate coconut. So I'm gonna give it a 5 for matching the flavor.
I It does taste like a naked baby sitting on a cake. So I'm going to say that it's like a 7.
You know what? I actually just got my first sip that tasted like cake. So maybe it needs to sit out. Maybe it needs to breathe a little bit. But I'm still going to keep my 5. And Mike, my can score, as much as we loved our last couple of cans. And you know what? Last week there was that slab of wood on there that actually hurt the score. But I mean,
oh yeah, the one I thought was a cross section of a piece of cake.
right?
Yeah, I like that.
But this everybody, this is a little off-putting. I gave it a 2. I mean, these cans are really nice. Like some of these cans really tell the story of what you're about to drink. I don't want to see a little plastic baby on my beer can. I think you could have told the king cake story without, or maybe a smaller, like put it in the background and make it blurry. Don't
like blur it out.
Yeah, completely blurred out.
You censor it out. I think the boys in Nirvana would be very against that. I think what we should do is update this can for 2020 and have a little tiny COVID mask on this naked baby. So he's not practicing proper social distancing. No pants. I do like the colors of the cake though, and I actually do like the color scheme on here. It's like the classic. It's almost like a Minnesota Vikings jersey.
And they do, the beads mix in that Mardi Gras feel.
Yeah, I like the colors are very attractive, but this baby in COVID times, he's gonna bring it down. I think 2 full grades for me. So I was gonna give it like a 6.1 because I like the color scheme, but we're gonna knock it down to a 4.1.
All right. Oh, I did that wrong. All right, so let me do the math here real quick. I had your score, and then somehow it disappeared on me. 4.1, and divide that by 5. Mike, oh, you got me beat again on the overall score. Mike, overall, you're giving it a 5.58, and again, we're weighting drinkability, and mine is 5.48. But we're right there. We're neck and neck, even with giving it different scores on everything. We didn't match anywhere, and I mean, it's definitely there's a science to it, Mike. Behind the brothers, a discussion thought process on beers. But yeah,
I mean, totally objective process over here. No. But man, speaking of an objective process, with these winter times, sometimes your hair will grow out in places, maybe even on your balls. But that doesn't mean you can't keep it nice and trim up there. Matt, tell the people about the beautiful Lawnmower 3.0 from Manscaped.
That's right, everybody. We are here to remind you that we are sponsored by Lawnmower 3.0 and Manscaped. That has the 7,000 RPM motor. It's got that wonderful LED light to shine the nether regions, of course, where the sun don't shine. So that's why you need that sucker down there. Avoid the nicks and scrapes with your Lawnmower 3.0. It is the 3rd generation, and thankfully for the Manscaped scientists, they have perfected the way to trim up that spot. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. I think that's nice and safe. So if you want to get your Lawnmower 3.0, if you want to get your pubis shaved down and nice and airy for the holidays, or if you want to gift the pleasure of a airy and light nether region, go to manscaped.com, use promo code THPN and get 20% off and free shipping on the Lawnmower 3.0. You can get the whole package that Mike and I are huge fans of. I love the ball deodorant, and we both love the underwear that comes with it. It's so you could do so many activities in that underwear.
Especially because you're indoors a lot more now, and you're in close proximity to your loved ones, and that ball deodorant I think has gotten a lot of just hand together thank yous for making Netflix binge sessions more palatable, if you will, for the other people in the room. So
you definitely can hit the old Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park pose while you're watching Netflix for 8 straight hours, because you can stretch everything out. It's great. So that's manscaped.com, promo code THPN for 20% off and free shipping. Mike, we've done ads for things that we don't use, but this is something I highly recommend.
And
Can't recommend enough.
I love it, and I was really excited because I had to go shopping the other day, and it was all over at Best Buy. Now they're actually part of the electronics section at Best Buy. So I'm just glad that this company is it's getting out there a little bit more. It's not like a niche audience on a fantasy football, commercial or something.
Right.
They're getting out there, so I'm happy for them. Yeah, we got Matt. One of your segments that you put together every week, I like it a lot, is the Be the GM. And we have a little Detroit sports connection on this one.
Wait, we have to properly introduce it. Everybody.
Oh my God, I forgot. All right, hit it, man. Hit
it. Game. It's Be the GM. All right.
When the music didn't hit for a second, I was like, "You cut me off for that." Hold on, Mike. Be the GM. And here we are. Okay.
All right. Well, it always plays better again on YouTube because I get a chance to edit this stuff and the music plays throughout. So you're still hearing the music right now if you're watching us later or listening to us. I highly recommend taking a listen there because we also have Christmas music playing throughout. It's a good time. All right, Mike. We didn't ask the Detroit Red Wings faithful, but we did get some news yesterday about another Detroit team making some moves. So I don't have any statistics to show you. I just thought you and I could play sort of a different version of Be the GM, and it's really just about being a Detroit sports fan. And here it is, Mike. Are you shocked or surprised to see Matt Patricia go before our beloved Jeff Blashill, who loves to play Who's That Pokemon with us?
Well, I think some people are kind of shocked Patricia got hired in the first place. He was just coming off a landslide debacle defensively in a Super Bowl. And then we found out he had things in his personal history that you probably don't want from a guy who's supposed to be the leader of your football team. So then he came in and abruptly changed our 53% win percentage under the previous regime into a 35% win percentage. So knowing that he got to handpick all his boys, expatriates, to come over and lose games for us, not as the GM necessarily, but I guess I mean, I have a scheme. It's Patriot oriented. Get me expatriates, and they filled the team with expatriates. And it was just another colossal failure. So to connect it to the Red Wings, am I shocked or surprised to see Patricia go before Blashill? No. Blashill is working behind the 8-ball. In the NFL, you can stink, you can tank, you can get good picks. The Lions have had only high draft picks, and have not been able to hit on them to a point where they can win football games. They haven't had impact players. Blashill has been playing poker without a hand. He's got no cards, so they just keep putting him at the table. He has to keep putting chips in, and nobody dealt him cards. He's still just playing no cards. It's not his fault.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Oh no, I was pretending to be Blashill at the table.
Oh,
you forgot,
sir.
Oh, Gary. No?
Dealer.
Dealer's name?
He can't.
Gary Bettman.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm giving the Rangers some cards. They're still playing. All right, here's some more.
My answer, right? Let's see. Where should we put all these cards? Oh, how about the New Jersey Devils, the New York Rangers? What do they have in common? Are they? Oh, I get it.
Let me think.
Right on the East Coast.
Ooh, I got a few extra. I had a few extra. Oh, Los Angeles Kings. Here we go.
We got to come up with a backup plan for the Boston Bruins because we know they're going to start heading downhill soon. Anyways. Well, my thing on this was it's not shock. I think it's just something where it's just disappointment. Where if when this podcast started, I tried to ask you which team was going to win a championship first, and And my answer to that was the Detroit Lions. I really thought like they were the closest to it. And then we're going 2 straight seasons where we just look like dog crap after I made that comment. Yeah. So that was back. That was August or September of 2019. And, for the Red Wings, I just said, like, from the beginning when the show started that this was going to take a long time for us to be competitive again. And at least we were being told to our face that there was no timetable in sight for a winning franchise. Those words were coming from Stevie. So I think it's something that's for the Red Wings. We want to see a core built, but we've also seen from so many NHL franchises how hard it is to build that core and have everything kind of lock in at the same time, where you have guys from older drafts, guys from newer drafts try to sync up and become a good gelled team. Yeah. So it may even be 2 different cores that we have to try and build here. And I don't mean the core that of Bertuzzi, Larkin, and Mantha. I mean, there could be another core 5 years from now that we have to try and build. So the NHL is pretty tough. And I think that's fair to say, but the NFL just kind of seemed like we had a core. We had things going in the right direction. So I mean, I guess it's just that difference of like what we expected win-wise, and I'm not shocked or surprised by this at all. I think again, disappointed is the right word. I think that was a team that I expected more from, and we should have expected more from. I mean, how long are we going to be going through this?
Right, and I mean, there's an air of confidence when you hear the gentleman speak. Blashill and Yzerman, the 2 people in power for the Red Wings, and it kind of feels like, all right, you give these guys 5 minutes of ear time, and it sounds like there's a semblance of a plan. There's confidence. There's strategery. And then over, on the other side of the grass, that's Honolulu blue and silver colored. There's a lot of hemming and hawing, and we're gonna get better. And it just looks like we got to teach these guys a little bit better. And it just these teachers had nothing to offer these guys. So now they're unemployed, and it's another reboot. Another reboot. I'm sorry, but
yeah, we've rebooted the Lions more than Spider-Man and Sony have been rebooted. So, or Sony's rebooted Spider-Man. So I fucked that up. But
that's a pretty good analogy. I like that one. Yeah.
All right, Mike. We've got the amazing. Now that Jeff Blashill is still alive, the man hold on to his job. We've got another round of Who's That Pokemon?
It's actually pronounced Who's That Pokemon? Starring head coach Jeff Blashill and often read by Paul Woods. But Matt always has the opportunity to switch. Side note, I just always picture, when they talk about, NHL head coaches in the hot seat, and Jeff Blashill, he's got to know his record by now. He's there for every loss. And then he just does like a whoosh, and here's that little Twitter refresh and sees Yzerman. Yeah, I have complete confidence in him. I just see him.
Well, no, see, there's like it's like the old TV shows where they would do like Purgatory or something, but it's Jeff Blashill like owning this room of coaches on the hot seat, and everybody's walking in. Jeff's just like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" He's got, coffee's made already. He knows all the ins and outs. If you guys sit here, when the sun comes through the window at 2:00, it gets too hot. So you guys want to sit in the corner. Even though the chairs are less comfortable, you won't get too hot from the sun coming through. He knows all the ins and outs of the.
Like all the other coaches at the bottom of the league, their chairs are like on fire. And Jeff sits down. He's like, "Ooh, don't you hate when you sit in a cool leather chair? Ooh, it's just a little cold, Shut up, Jeff. We know you're not in a hot chair. God,
Right. I think Jeff is at this point where if it was a hot seat, it's like this nice, warm, comfortable seat, like the kind of hot seat you want.
A sharper image, kind of.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I mean, Jeff is just sitting high and mighty because he's not in a bad situation from a coaching perspective at all. Right. Like when he leaves, he's gotten paid to coach a team that can't win. So it's not like he's going to struggle to find another job. I think ultimately he just gets to sit here and build up his resume and say, look at what I did.
I love that analogy because with a massage chair, traditionally it's like a little robotic mechanism that rubs you down, but he's sitting there and he's got like the Illiches and Iserman, like, oh yeah, right there. Oh, there we go. Right on the old bald scalp. Oh yeah, love it.
Yeah, no, and you know why that's such an important thing to say too, because he is putting his name on the line every time he does hang on to this job. Because he could be someone that says, I'm walking away from this. No. There's no winning in sight. Why do I want to hang on? But he does. He keeps coming.
I'm gonna reel it in a little bit. Okay. Right. So we're gonna do my favorite game. Who's it? Pokemon! Starring head coach Jeff Blashill. Matt, do you still have a graphic for us?
There it is.
Beautiful. A human slowpoke Pokemon, if there ever was one. So we don't have a lot of fresh material here because there's no hockey. We're still catching up to the NBA. Maybe one day. So what we're gonna do, Matt? We're gonna travel back in time to 2019, right around the same time. It was the end of November. It was Thanksgiving-ish. The Red Wings were mired in yet another 8-game losing streak. Well, this might have been the first losing streak. It was of 8. It was early enough in the year to be one of the first ones. We just got slaughtered by Philadelphia. Our lone goal, Robbie Fabry. And something around that time happened. Jeff Blashill got to react. And Matt, if you're ready, I have a quote. Cherry-picked, as usual, out of context. It's going to be read by Paul Woods, if you wish. It could just be read by me. Matt, it's up to you.
Paul Woods, please.
Matt once again has chosen legendary Red Wings color commentator Paul Woods to read Jeff Blashill. And here we go. Jeff Blashill is talking about a human being, not a device to help turn an old TV into a smart TV. What a preamble.
I should just try and guess it based off that.
His fire starter for me has always been skating. When he skates, he's a great hockey player. End quote.
Oh, Jesus.
We're going to read it one more time. I'm the legendary Paul Woods, and here we go reading about Jeff Blashill of your Detroit Red Wings. Here we go. His fire starter for me has always been skating. When he skates, he's a great hockey player. End quote.
All right. I think this is about who our next blog from Jesse. Jesse's currently writing one. And he's an upcoming UFA. So we're going to talk about, is he going to get traded? I'm going to pick Darren Helm.
Matt goes with Darren Helm. Matt, the streak is broken.
No!
You got it wrong. Matt, it was about Anthony Mantha because he got injured right around this time.
Oh, my God. Man. Crap. I guess he knows how to skate. I don't...
You know what? I think I threw you off is in the quote. He actually says when he skates, he's a great hockey player. And I threw a fourth one in there. So that's probably what made you think of Darren Helm.
So essentially, Jeff was just saying when he's hurt, he's not great at hockey. But when he's actually on the ice, he's great at. Okay, so I understand now.
So
for a lot of hockey players.
For Who's That Pokemon? Sorry, pronounced that wrong. Who's That Pokemon? You have to cherry pick a little bit, take it out of context. And this one, it opened with there's not many guys that have that kind of skill where he's big, skate, pass, shoot, kind of does a little bit of it all. So I had to chop that off. Because we only have like 2 guys bigger than 5'11", so I think you would have narrowed it down pretty quickly.
Yeah, you don't want to make it too easy, right?
But Mo Siders in the minors, so I guess it's Mantha. So there we go. Matt, another exciting edition of Who's That Pokemon? And tune in next week. Matt will try and restart a winning streak here.
Yeah, new streaks. It's what it's all about. You got to put your past behind you.
Kylo Ren couldn't have said it better. Beautiful.
All right, everybody. That also wraps up another episode of Red Wings Rant. Thank you for tuning in. Find us at BOD Hockey. Again, the wrestling show is at BOD Podcast. We'll be back again. We do have our Thursday episodes for Red Wings Rant are coming up, so now we will be going 2 a week. So as little Red Wing news as we had today, now we're going to talk about the almost no Red Wing news twice a week.
We're going to stretch 2 episodes.
Woo!
Can't wait for that.
Oh boy. So more games to come, I guess. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys. I guess if we go live, it would be Wednesday or Tuesday, not necessarily, but the next episode will be available on Thursdays if you guys aren't listening to this live. All right, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have a nice rest of the week. Yeah, or end.
Yeah, the end.
Toodles.